Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Corner, and welcome to this horror movie pack review video as part of my current series where I'm taking a look at many of my horror movie packs that I have in my collection and basically deciding whether I want to keep them or get individual releases or get rid of them. So today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the next horror movie pack that I've um, of all the movies that I watched. That's this four pack here, four movie pack that has Savage Spirit, Motorcross, Zombies from Hell, uh, The Eden Formula, and Zombies Gone Wild. So yeah, so this four pack, I didn't know anything about these movies, and um, yeah, now I know a lot more about these movies. Whether that's good or bad, we'll find out shortly. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get started in the order in which I watched them. Um, so the first one I watched here was Savage Spirit. Savage Spirit's from 2006, and basically this is one. So three of these four are shot on video movies. The only one that isn't is the Eden Formula with Jeff Fahey, and that's a made-for-TV movie. So none of these are theatrically released movies. They're all either shot on video or made for TV. So I'm just throwing that out there. So Savage Spirit from 2006 is one of the shot on videos. So basically, a young couple's new house seems like the perfect setting for a poolside birthday party. Unbeknownst to them, a savage spirit haunts the grounds with an immense distaste for unwanted house guests. And this movie was directed by Corey Turner. Um, this plays out. This really has the feel of like a porno movie, to be honest with you. You got a lot of good-looking people, both men and women, in this movie. You know, women with big breasts and obviously dressed in swimsuits and stuff, and guys shirtless and all that kind of stuff. So, uh, I don't think there. Well, there's kind of sex in it, but there's not really nudity. It doesn't go full on porno or anything, but it kind of has that feel to it, kind of that shot on video, low budget, sleazy. It just really feels like a porno movie. That has a spirit, I should say. This one's not about zombies. It has a savage spirit, as the title would indicate. And yeah, I don't know. It's it's low budget, shot on video. There's a lot of deaths in it. The gore is kind of it's kind of that gore where like they cut away and they only show you like blood splatter on the shower curtain or something. They don't actually show, um, they don't actually show somebody being cut up or anything. It's all off to the side, so you can just see the result like on the wall or something with the blood. The blood doesn't look all that great, so I don't know. I watched it. It tries to have a clever twist at the end. It's really not that clever. Again, it's a low budget shot on video. So that's Savage Spirit. Then I watched Motocross Zombies from Hell here. On a winning streak, motocross racer Cody is posed to topple the undefeated Team Skulls. But what he doesn't know is that Skulls rely on an unearthly power to keep their top spot. They're zombies. Now, Cody and his pals Tom and Lori must draw on all their resources to win the race and stay alive. Believe it or not, and I'm not saying this is a great movie, but of these four movies, I probably enjoyed this one the most, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's ridiculous, over the top. Again, shot on video, but I think the thing that separates this is the three main characters. You actually spend some time with them, and I didn't hate them like some of these other movies I'm going to get to, or some of the other movies, period, that I've seen. They weren't overly annoying. They seemed like real people in a way. Well, not real people in terms of the situation, but they just, I don't know. I almost felt like the acting was a bit better, which is that's not exactly high praise for a low budget shot on video movie, but you know, I don't know. I thought some of the practical effects of zombie makeup was okay in this movie for being a lower budget. Um, like I said, the three main characters. There's a movie that has a lot of pretty decent gore, better gore effects certainly than this movie and some of the other ones I'll get to here. There's obviously motorbikes, and there's some outdoor scenery and stuff like mountains, desert, things like that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying it's a great movie, but for this movie pack, for these four movies, it's probably going to be my number one. I'll do a ranking of the four as I always do at the end of this. But so that's that one. Then we got to the Eden Formula from 2007. Now, this is the only one here that's actually not shot on video. It's like it's a film movie, but it's a TV movie. It's made for TV, and this movie is interesting because when I researched it and I looked up who was in it, I was like, oh wow. I wonder what this movie's doing on here with these other shot on video movies. This actually sounds like it might be good when you consider that you have some pretty well known actors in here. Tony Todd, Jeff Fahey, and oh, I don't have her name down. Dee Wallace. Um, so I'm thinking, wow, this is clearly going to be the best of the four. Not really. Basically, Dr. Harrison Parker, played by Jeff Fahey, is a scientist working at Gorin Industry who developed the Eden formula, a chemical that can reproduce organisms and cure various diseases. However, unknown to Parker, deep underground the general area of his industrial district, other Caligorian industry scientists have created a Tyrannosaurus rex from Parker's formula and keep it locked away in a subterranean location in order to impress stockholders. Soon enough, industry spies enter a laboratory at Caligorian Industry so they can steal the formula and pass it off as their own, making millions of dollars. Now, this movie was actually directed by John Carl Buechler, who directed Friday the 13th, Part 7. And of course, he's directed some other things too. Um, yeah, it's I don't know, man. The effects are so bad in this movie. I thought the performances were a little over the top too, even by well-known actors. I thought that Tony Todd was really kind of over the top in this movie. Dee Wallace at times was. Jeff Fahey was okay in the movie. Um, but the movie itself just isn't. I mean, it's straightforward. There's not a lot of thinking involved. It's basically a ripoff of Jurassic Park to on a much smaller scale and not nearly as good of effects. I mean, the look of this Tyrannosaurus Rex is so bad, man. It's so bad. It's clearly like a miniature figure and like stop motion in front of a little model city. It's just and again there's a lot of deaths in the movie, but again there's a few decent ones with like the T-Rex ripping people's heads off and stuff. I guess the gore effects aren't terrible, but again they're kills where a lot of it's cut away and you just see the blood and the leftover body kind of thing. I guess it's probably better in terms of gore effects in these other movies, but it probably should be, given the fact that the budget, I'm sure, was a bit higher than these shot on video movies. But that being said, I don't know. It's just very run of the mill, very not impressed with the look of the T Rex. And it's just not all that interesting. You find out that a couple of the main characters, Tony Todd and Jeff Fahey, were like former military, so they can really kick ass with their hands and lethal weapons and all that. That's kind of an interesting twist, and I was kind of waiting for the big combative climax towards the end, where I knew Jeff Fahey and Tony Todd were going to square off against each other, and they do. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's okay. I don't have any need to really watch it again, as I don't with any of these movies. You could probably see where this is going. And then finally, we have Zombies Gone Wild from 2007. Wow, I wonder where they got that title from. Basically, three guys go on spring break trip and find more than they bargained for with a group of female zombies. This is the worst movie in this four pack. I had a really hard time getting through this because the three doofuses, the three main characters in this movie, are just nails on a chalkboard plus 100. Oh my God, they're the biggest geeks in the world. The dialogue is god awful. Again, compared to these three are all shot on video, low budget, but compared to this one, these two are like I would watch these two 100 times over again before I would watch this piece of shit again. Yeah, nothing worked in this for me. Even once you got to you finally get to the end, the last half hour, we actually have zombies, and it's basically a bunch of people that went to Spirit Halloween and bought rubber zombie masks. Basically, it's so atrocious. The gore is okay at times. I guess that's maybe the only compliment I can pay it. but it takes you so long to get to. You have to spend so much time with these three main doofuses. Like an hour. First of all, the movie's too long. It's 102 minutes. These other movies beat it just from the fact that they're around 90 minutes, which this movie should have been about 75 minutes. And maybe I wouldn't have hated it as much as I did, but it's 102 minutes. And of that 102, you probably spend like 65 minutes with these three clowns just going around, and there's a lot of potty humor, and there are a lot of farting, a lot of it's toilet humor. It's just not for me, and frankly, I don't think it would be for most people that I know. So yeah, excuse me, guys. Still trying to get rid of the cold. Yeah, this is not a movie pack that I'm going to keep. I don't really need to watch any of these movies again. If there was one I was going to watch again, it would probably be this one, Motocross Zombies from Hell. But even that one, I'm not. I doubt there's a single release for it, and even if there is, I'm not going to spend the time looking for it. So, as far as ranking the four from worst to best, definitely Zombies Gone Wild number four. Uh, I guess I'll say Savage Spirit number three, then the Eden Formula number two, and then Motocross Zombies from Hell number one. But yeah, I don't need to watch any of these four movies again. To be honest with you, I'm gonna go ahead and try to sell this movie pack or donate it. However, I have to get rid of it, but it's not going to stay in my collection anymore. There's just not really much here that I'm all that interested in. So go ahead and comment down below if you've seen any of these movies. I'm sure more people have probably seen the Eden Formula, the made for TV movie with Tony Todd and Jeff Fahey. Um, I wasn't all that impressed with it. Go ahead and tell me what you think, and any of the other movies if you've seen them as well. Um, yeah, please like this video, hit the little notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my upcoming review videos or any of my horror content in general by subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on what I have coming up. I already have the first half of 2024 planned out. So, yeah, what can I say? I'm type A. But yeah, that's going to do it for this review. Any thoughts or comments, go ahead and put them down below. But other than that, this horror movie pack's going bye-bye. But I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you're enjoying this series of horror movie pack reviews, and I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, a good holiday season. I have one more that I'm going to do for the month of November here before we hit December, and that is going to be this one right here, which I can already probably tell I'll be keeping this one. A couple of these movies I'm kind of familiar with, and I kind of like for what they are. But this is a horror collection 6 movie pack that I'm gonna go ahead and watch all these movies and do a review next week for this one. So stay tuned for that for the end of November here. With that being said, happy Thanksgiving, and of course, stay scared. Bye.